All right, welcome to the Board of Adjustments, October 25th, 2011 meeting. Call the meeting to order. Do roll call. Mr. Jim Cecil, Vice Chairman.
Present.
Ms. Kathy Desideer.
Present.
Mr. Stephen McGowan.
Present.
Mr. Bill Lee. Mr. Bill Lee's absent today. And I'm Brad Walker, Chairman. I'd like to hear a motion about the acceptance of the August 23, 2011 meeting. Oh, public comment period.
You checked off too fast.
I know. Ready to rock and roll tonight. Open it up for public comment period. If anybody would like to say anything for or against the Board of Adjustments, please come forward. If you'd like to speak something on the agenda tonight, each agenda item tonight will have a public comment period. Anybody like to speak anything, say anything?
No.
Closing public comment period. Now going to the acceptance of the minutes of August 23rd, 2011.
Motion to accept.
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Jim Cecil, second by Ms. Kathy Desideer. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Minutes have been accepted. All right. Do I hear a motion for the acceptance of the written decisions for August 23rd, 2011?
Motion to accept.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Jim Cecil to accept the written, seconded by Mr. Stephen McGowan. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. We'll go to the zoning review ID 2185, point 11, track 0 of the, okay, I'm going to mispronounce this, Petro Lotto property for Miss Penny Hydell, located on the north end of Carpenter Chapel Road, approximately 1,000 feet north of Windy Drive. Is there anybody here to represent this variance? Nobody?
Make a motion that we move to the end of the meeting. Probably give her a chance to get out of traffic.
Okay, got a motion to move it to the end of the meeting. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're going to move it to the end. Second zoning review ID is 2186.11 for Lot 8-B-2-A of Peter Bourgeois property for Claude and Carla Bourgeois, located on the west side of Peter Bourgeois Road, approximately 600 feet north of Kid Bourgeois Road. Is somebody here to represent this variance? Please come forward. Sign in, please. All right, just tell us what you're trying to do.
We're asking for approval to put a mobile home on a lot that we own that adjoins our personal property. The lot is Lot 8B2A. The mobile home will be occupied by our son. There is a small home and the existence on the property as it is. My 92-year-old father-in-law lives there. We're asking for this as a acceptance of this variance because we all work during the day. My son works nights, and he would be there during the day on the same property with my father-in-law to help with his, needs and stuff as he comes along.
Okay, does the board have any questions?
Okay, in the notes it said that there was a mobile home
Years ago.
located there prior. That mobile home is gone.
That's right, it's gone.
Okay, and this would be put where your son used to have the mobile home?
That's right.
Okay, and we usually don't pass these unless you're willing to agree that neither of these homes would ever become a rental property.
We'd certainly be willing to agree to that.
Okay, all right. That's all my questions.
Anything else?
I have none.
All right, give us a sec. We open it for public comment period. If anybody has anything for or against this zoning review ID, please come forward, sign in. Tough crowd tonight. Doesn't seem like anybody's coming up, so we'll close public comment period. Do I hear a motion?
I move that we accept as written with the stipulation that if the son moves out of the mobile home, that the mobile home not become a rental unit, nor the father's home become a rental unit.
Okay. I have a motion by Ms. Kathy
I'll
Desideer to
second
approve
it.
as written. Make sure that no property, no building on the property can become a rental property. Seconded by Mr. Jim Cecil. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. All right, zoning review ID 2187.11-Z-2 of the estate of Lucilla Daigle for Ronald Daigle, located on the south side of Cornerview Road, approximately 1,500 feet east of West Main Street. Is anybody here to represent this?
That would be me,
Okay.
Clint Quitmall, representing W.J. Quitmall Surveyors. Asking for approval of the variance of the barn on lot Z2B. It's about a little bit over the line, so asking for that variance.
Okay. I got a couple of questions. One, there's a little bit of property along the back.
Correct.
What's the little bit of property along the back for?
That was when we created track Z1, south of Z2B. In order to keep the house in the front, to keep the homestead exemption on the back, we had left the 15 feet. And so to keep that property line straight and creating Z2B, that's where we put it in order to keep that contiguous and to be a tangent line in order for it to all be parallel 15 feet and not to have any jags or anything else.
Okay. And then the other question is, I see the rear setback drawn on here for the lot Z2B, but on the one that's right below that, that's saying track Z1, I don't see that on here. Does it still apply for that lot?
I'm sorry, no, that's an existing lot, so that lot's not being created at this time.
Okay.
So the only lot that's being created, or the lot that is Z2B, correct, Clint?
And Z2.
And Z2, right, yeah, and that front lot, which there's no variance being requested on that lot. That lot's conforming.
Okay, so that Z1 is already there.
Correct, yes, sir, it's an existing
But
lot.
does it also have the rear setback on it?
It's not shown on here because that lot's not being created. That lot's not shown. I don't even know when that lot was created.
Probably be in the references. Looks to be 2003.
Yeah. It's not, that lot's not being created, so, and that
Okay.
lot's existing. So it wouldn't show that on that lot.
But it possibly could still be there.
Yes, sir.
I just don't want to
Yes.
have one
No.
on one and not on the other when they're side by side.
No,
So,
Yeah.
and I don't, if there's something on it or not, if someone comes in, that 20-foot rear setback would be required for
okay.
permitting.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? All right, open it up for public hearing. Anybody wants to speak for or against this zoning review ID, please come forward. I'm gonna get the guy in the back to start playing crickets. All right, closing public comment period. Do I hear a motion from the board?
I'm gonna make the motion that we accept this barn. It's been there. I don't feel like that it injures the value or the usage of any of the surrounding property. So I'm gonna make a motion that we accept it as written.
I'll go ahead and second it.
I'd like to second.
All right. Make a motion by Ms. Kathy Desideer, second by Mr. Stephen McGowan. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passed.
Thank you.
All right, zoning review ID 2188.11 for Ascension Parish School Board, located on the south side of LA Highway 429, approximately 300 feet east of George Lambert Road.
Mickey Robertson with MR Engineering and Surveying here tonight representing the school board.
Okay.
What the variance we're asking for tonight is for the pervious pavement or impervious pavement on the, it's just a driveway that's going to go around the rear of the football stadium. The There's a little bit of parking that's gonna be behind the west end zone, a driveway that goes around to a bus drop-off that's being built as part of the renovations that are going on out there, and then it's gonna loop back around to the east side of the school. They're trying to provide a better place for the buses to drop off to take care of some of the traffic issues at the front of the school and some of the parking that's going on up there. So beyond that, we're just asking for the waiver to put in a limestone road.
Okay, and the limestone that you're putting on is not connecting to an actual road or
Not
highway?
at all. It's going from the parking lot on the west side, back by the band building that's being demolished, all the way around behind the football stadium to the parking lot on the east side. So it's just parking to parking.
Okay,
It's not within a couple of 100 feet of the highway there.
okay. Anybody got any questions?
I have none.
What is the time frame for actual paving of the parking lot?
That is dependent on the budget. What they're trying to do is, the bond issue that they just passed, they're trying to get the projects they have now completed, and when the budget allows. I don't know if they obviously don't have a time frame on when that will be, but
This project was a renovation addition to the buildings, and the issue came up about traffic in the front. So we added this to the scope of work for the project. I didn't have a budget for any of the road, which is why, so I can't give you a time frame. We would like to pave it at some point, but I don't have a budget for it. I squeezed it into the budget of another project.
Okay. 5 years going to be too long?
I can't make that commitment. I'd have to approach the board. If you need that kind of commitment, I'd have to go to the board. I can't speak for them without having gone and asked them for it.
Okay.
Anything else?
I have none.
All right, opening it up to public hearing. If anybody has anything for or against this zoning review ID, please step forward. Definitely gonna be a quiet night tonight. All right, we're gonna close public hearing. Do I hear a motion or anything?
I'd like to go ahead and make the motion to accept this as written. As far as timeline, I don't want to put any timeline on it. I want to say that when you meet your budget and you can get around to it, realize that we're all taxpayers and this will interfere with his construction. I'm not going to put a timeline.
Do I hear a second?
I like second.
All right, I have a motion by Mr. Jim Cecil to approve as is written with no time frame. And then a second by Mr. Stephen McGowan. All those in favor?
Uh,
All right, motion passes. Thank you. Next zoning review ID, 2191.11 for lot EG-1 of the Erline Gomez for Frederick Gomez, located on the north side of Katy Drive, approximately 800 feet west of LA Highway 943N. Anybody here to represent this one?
James Fivey with Earls and Associates representing the Gomez family on the following variance request. That's in the commission for approval.
Tell us what you're trying to do.
My client's trying to build a house and needs some of the setbacks, I guess, reduced somewhat to be able to put the house on the lot.
Which lot are we looking at?
I think we're asking, what was it, the 20-foot to be reduced to 10-foot, and the 25 to be 20-foot?
Yes, it's on track, on lot EG1.
Just on that one
Now,
track.
he's trying to put a house or the mobile home's
Oh, the
already
mobile
on?
home's gonna be moved. He's
Yeah.
building
Okay.
a house.
But the house is gonna go where the mobile home's at?
Pretty much, yes, sir.
Okay.
It's gonna be like a rear loader garage in the back, and they just need to get a little bit more room for it.
And so you're asking for a front of,
Was it 5 feet? 5 feet for the front and 10 feet,
from the rear?
yeah. So it'd be a 20-foot setback across the front and 10 foot for the rear of that line.
Any questions from the board? All right, open it up for public hearing. Anybody like to speak for or against this zoning review ID, please step forward. All right, closing public comment period.
Tough crowd.
Do I hear a motion or questions?
I'm going to move that we approve as written. The house next door to this is within the 20-foot setback, so this is going to be conducive to what the construction next door is. So I'm going to move we approve as written.
I'll second that.
Motion to approve by Ms. Kathy Desideer, second by Mr. Jim Cecil. All those in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you. Knocking out the agenda. All right, zoning review ID 2193.11 for Charles Landry, located the north side of Robinson Road, approximately 250 feet west of LA Highway 18E, River Road. Anybody here to speak on behalf of this? Please step forward.
Charles Landry, asking the board for a variance to leave a 16 by 20 building at the building. It was 5 feet from the side and 6 feet from the rear, 5 feet 8 from the rear of the building, fence line.
When you're looking at this map, what you're saying the front? This the front?
The front of the building is facing
Like this would be the front
like this.
on your drawing here? Okay, so the back is the 5'8"
Right.
that's listed on the drawing?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions?
Is the building a shed or?
Shed, a
Just
shed,
just
yeah,
to be used for
storage
storage?
Storage shed.
No electricity, no nothing
No,
to the shed?
just a shed.
All right. Got anything, Kathy? Okay. Open it up for public hearing. Anybody has anything for or against this piece of property? Zoning review ID, please come forward. Okay, closing public comment period. Y'all gonna be here for something, right? Check.
Help.
Down to the
At least
last
help
two.
us out.
Again-
Ugh. At least we're getting a laugh or something.
Okay,
Break it up here.
Closing public comment period. All right, do I hear a motion,
I'm going to
question?
move that we accept as written, the rural nature, he doesn't have electricity, I don't
This
see
is a
that
shed.
this should be a harm to any neighbor.
Like second.
I forced him into the second.
All right. I got a motion by Ms. Kathy Desideer to approve as written, a second by Mr. Steve McGowan. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Thank you.
Variance passed. Thank you. All right. Zoning review ID 2194.11, lot HG-2-A of the James Chapman Jr. property for Calvin and Ruthie Lewis, located on the southwest corner of Anderson Road and Connor Road. Okay.
At least we got him smiling.
I mean, they don't sell popcorn or anything, to watch.
Kind of left out
At least
there.
sell some popcorn or something. We would eat it.
I know. Smell good.
Go ahead. Tell us what you're trying to do.
Yes, sir. We have a small mobile home located on our property. We're trying to get permission to get it hooked up for our grandson, trying to get him out the house so he can have his own.
How old is he?
He's 21 now.
Yeah, time to get out of the house, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, and he got 2 kids, so. Trying
The
to see-
kids going with him or the kids
Oh, they
staying?
going. Everybody going. Yeah.
Sometimes the kids stay with the grandparents and the other kids go,
They just
the grandkids, because the grandparents like the grandkids.
There you go. We spoil them, but send them back home.
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, I have a question. Now, what we're seeing on the map currently, is that where you live? You live on Anderson Road, and yours is the Is that on HG1A?
Okay, the house where the little trailer is,
Uh-huh.
I have a daughter living in that house right there, and I'm gonna put the trailer right on the side and put them both side by side. I live on the other end.
Right.
Okay,
The house is on HG2A.
okay, so the house that you're talking about, the two-bedroom house, is the house
Right.
that says a resident existing non-conforming?
Correct.
Right.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
and you're gonna put the mobile home behind it, or you've already got it there?
It's there, yeah.
Okay, and it's to the back of the property?
Yeah, and you come down Corner Road, it'll be to the back of the property.
Okay.
Side by side.
And it meets all the other all the setback requirements. All you need is the approval to have a secondary residence?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You can ask your rental question?
Hmm?
You can ask your rental question?
As you've already heard before,
About the
pretty
rent.
much, if your son moves out, can't be rental property,
Okay,
okay? If your daughter moves out, can't be rental property.
okay.
Either one, you're willing to agree to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Unless y'all wanna take him in, I mean,
No.
as long as I get him out the house. Yeah.
Oh, you really trying to get rid of him, aren't you? Boy, you go through all of this, yeah.
All right, let me open it up for public hearing. Anybody want to speak for or against this variance? Some of y'all might want to speak for it.
Just said yes.
All right, closing public hearing. Any of those?
I'd like to go ahead
Motion or
and
anything?
make a motion, go ahead and approve as written with the contingency of that, as we understand during this conversation, that it will not become a rental property
Right.
for your son or for your daughter.
Right.
That's correct. And I make the motion to approve with that amendment.
All right, do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
All right, a motion by Mr. Jim Cecil, second by Ms. Kathy Desideer to approve as written and with no building on the property becoming a rental property. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next one is zoning review ID 2195.11, lot F-3 of the Joseph Stevens Senior Estates for Nathaniel Davis, located on the south side of Anderson Road, approximately 500 feet east of Connor Road.
Good evening. My
tell us what-
husband put in the paperwork and he got a job, so I had to come. But it's for our daughter. We we have a mobile home that we want to put on the property. It's for her and her, she have 4 kids and we're trying to get her home.
Is that her?
Yes, sir.
They trying to put me out.
So you want us to decline it so you can stay living with him?
No, put me out.
I think it's
I'm tired of paying
consensual
rent.
there.
It's either
She
this or
wants to
rent.
move.
Yes.
She wants you to move, but not far.
Right. She loves the kids.
All right, anybody got any questions? You'd be okay with the same thing about no rental property?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, gonna open it up for public hearing. Anybody like to speak for or against this variance, please come forward.
Go ahead.
All right,
Thanks a lot.
closing public comment period. Do I hear a motion?
I'll move that we approve as written with the stipulation that none of the 3 residences can become rental property.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
I second that.
All right, got a motion by Ms. Kathy Desideer, second by Mr. Jim Cecil, that to approve as written with no building becoming a rental property on the property. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. We have one more from the front.
Yeah,
Zoning review ID. We're bringing back to at the end. Zoning review ID 2185.11. Track O for Petro Lotto property for Penny Haydale, located on the north end of Carpenter Chapel Road, approximately 1,000 feet north of Windy Drive. Is anybody here for this piece of property?
no. I'd like to go ahead and make a motion that we hold off on this until next month. Bring it up on the agenda for next month.
Second.
Motion to move the agenda item to the December meeting by Mr. Jim Cecil, second by Mr. Stephen McGowan. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, so moved.
December meeting?
Oh, November meeting. Sorry.
He's
I was
pu-
hoping it was already
That's all right.
Christmas.
He's pushing it, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm ready for Christmas. Let's
You
go.
ready to be Santa?
Yeah.
All right. Any old business? Not that y'all getting old, just any old business.
Thank you.
Is that an old
We
joke?
got like a young side and an old side.
Oh, wait.
May I speak to council on that one?
We need a retirement called discrimination.
Yeah, that's right.
Age discrimination.
We do have one person that's being interviewed, has been through interview and should be approved by council. Should be.
So we have somebody in the works, is what we're saying, possibly, because we are 2 people short. We have one person that's interviewed. So if you'd like to become on this awesome board of adjustments, okay, please call Lance or submit. It's been on the ad on the paper. It's been an ad on the TV. You know, Lance is real popular. You call 621-5700, ask for Lance Brock. They tend to send you to his voicemail. Please leave him a voicemail, and he will get back with you. Or he'll get Patrice to call you back. All right, any new business?
None.
You ready to adjourn?
Ready to
yeah.
motion.
Motion by Mr. Stephen McGowan, second
Second.
by Mr. Jim Cecil to adjourn. Adjourn.